All right. I'm MacGregor, and this is Real Life, Real Music.
Real Life, Real Music Radio with your host, Kyle Hutton.
Please help me welcome Miss Hope MacGregor.
Hey, Hope.
How you doing?
I'm good. You may not get in trouble with me cussing with the SEC, but you will with my mother.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
So I'll try to keep it to a minimum.
Well, you know what? Sometimes there are worse things than the government.
There are, and her name is Kate.
I love it. I love it. Well, Hope, I've got a lot of questions I want to ask you, but before I kind of start to take you down that road, why don't you just pick a song you want to kick us off with tonight? Tell us about it and play it for us.
Yeah, so the first one we'll play is actually the first song on our debut album, The Matriarch, that we released October of 2023. It's called Love Bomb. For those of you who here knows what a love bomb situation is. We're familiar. I see a few hands. Okay, yeah. So like the people who you meet, the men in particular that you meet, no offense, guys, you all are lovely.
Ouch.
You're good men, okay? We know that. But yeah, you meet a guy and he's like, oh, somehow I know that you want 28 acres, 23 goats, 3 children, and chickens. Mason always adds that. And he like knows that and tells you that for a couple weeks and then ghosts you. So it's just like very confusing. Anyway, had that happen not too long ago down in Nashville. And I was talking to a girlfriend from the Army on the way home. And I was asking her, like, how many bomb references can I put in a song before it's just like way too many? And she said, I don't know, why don't you find out? So we did. So the song is called Love Bomb. So if you wanted to learn a little bit about munitions tonight, boy, do I have a deal for you. Yeah, so that's this one. You boys ready? Y'all ready?
1, 2, 3.
Well, I've been around the block with boys like you. I've waged this war a time or two. You're saying those words soft and sweet, way too soon after we meet. You don't even know my middle name, but you light that fuse and walk my way with a love bomb hiding heavy, nuclear code before I'm ready. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4, they don't dropping it out that door. A love bomb coming in high, laser coded right from the sky. Put that munition on ice, 'cause boy, I know your type. Love bomb, yeah, baby, your love bomb, yeah. Good thing it's coming from a mile above. Yeah, I got time to turn and run. Hunker in a bunker, bide my time. Stay out of your roadside line. You don't even know my middle name, but you like that fuse and walk my way with a love bomb hiding heavy, nuclear code before I'm ready. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4, they don't dropping it out that door. A love bomb coming in high, laser coded right from the sky. Put that munition on ice, 'cause boy, I know your type. Love bomb, yeah, baby, your love bomb, yeah. Y'all give it up for Mason, would ya? Well, toll the bell, sound the alarm. Yeah, baby, I'm going red kind one. For a love bomb hiding heavy, nuclear code before I'm ready. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4, they don't dropping it out that door. A love bomb coming in high, laser coded right from the sky. Put that munition on ice, 'cause boy, I know your type. You love bomb, yeah, baby, your love bomb, Let's just get gone with your love bomb. I'll sing it first, and then it'll be your turn. Y'all ready? Get gone with your love bomb, baby. Hey, your turn. Get gone with your love bomb, baby. Hey. Get gone with your love bomb, baby. You tell them. Get gone with your love bomb, baby. Hey. I don't want no love bomb, hey.
Yeah. Very nice.
Thanks, y'all.
Okay. But I'm going to say, I thought of plenty of females that are love bombs while you were singing that song.
Well,
I
you
don't
want-
think that's quite as,
You gonna name them for us?
No, of course not. I'm not going to get myself in trouble. But what a great song. That's cool. Okay, we're going to talk about some of your munitions references later in the show. But first thing I want to tell you, as a songwriter, and I'm sure you can relate, like one of the coolest things is, when you walk up and you're loading into a gig and you're opening for somebody or you're on the bill with somebody and you meet somebody and you're like, oh man, they're cool. Like you make a new music buddy, right? Yeah. Okay, so when I saw your name on the list for this show, because Dickson puts together the lineup for us. When we do our show outside of here, we help line up who's going to come in and do the show. But with John, it's always been like, man, I trust you. Like whoever you want us to hear, like put them in the seat, right? And so this week we've just had an amazing week. So don't screw it up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. No. When he recommended that you come do this show, and I went and started listening to your music and reading what I could find online about who you are and what you do, I was really excited for this moment. So I'm glad to be here because that's one of the most fun things for me is to meet new musicians, hear new songs, and get to hear new stories.
Yeah, no, it's a true honor to be here. The guys and I were studying up before we came up here. I've listened to Texas country music my whole life. I learned how to drive stick to Pat Green, right? So but we needed to get the band up to speed a little bit on some folks. And so we were watching a backlog of this show. And so to be here, I want you to know as well, it's a huge honor. And we're so grateful to John Dickson for having us out and setting us up with this stuff. So,
okay,
yeah.
So I want to hear, to get a head nod from somebody like John Dickson's. I mean, this is the 39th year of this festival, right? Yeah. He has seen a lot of talent come through.
Yeah.
Tell us kind of how you got on his radar.
I don't know if anyone else believes in divine intervention, but I'm pretty stupid sometimes, and I think it's just the good Lord's hand that puts me where I need to be when I need to be there. And so last year, an old Army acquaintance of mine, who's also in the Texas country music scene, called me up and said, hey, you should really come out and check out this festival. It'd be a great networking opportunity, and there's an open mic stage. And so I looked at ticket prices and I flew out. I didn't even bring a guitar. He was like, you can borrow my guitar, it's fine. And so I came out and was hanging out with some of these other kind of up and coming folks who weren't on the bill but really wanted to be on the bill. Yeah. And one of them said, hey, we're going to go play the open mic. You should come. And we were hanging out across the street. And I was like, I'm from Tennessee. I don't want to walk across the street like it's cold and snowy. He said, stop being an idiot and come play. And I was like, all right. And so despite myself, I walked over with him and signed up for the open mic. And was honestly so nervous because our genre kind of spans red dirt, blues, southern rock, and country. We kind of are, Mason called it a food pyramid of our genre. And so I was trying to think what is my most Texas country song? And I thought, screw it, I'm just gonna do my thing. And I got up and I introduced the Matriarch and I played the Matriarch and got back to the back of the room over at the Dung Beetle and John Dickson walks up to me and he was like, hey, I'm John Dickson. I'd like to give you my email address and stay in touch. And I was like, oh, okay. And so we did. And then, he called me the next morning and said, hey, I know you said you were leaving town because I had to get back to my day job. He said, but if you can stick around, I'd love to introduce you to my wife and my daughter and give you a couple of wristbands and see you around this week, get to meet some people. And so I called my boss And I said, hey, boss, I'm not coming back. And he was like, okay. So stayed another day and got to meet the Dickson family and just incredibly kind people. And then wash, rinse, repeat, right? Like I wake up the next morning, I've changed my flight. I'm eating a breakfast burrito, waiting for my shuttle to the airport. And he called again and he said, hey, we've had a last minute cancellation. Someone got sick. Do you want a slot? And so I called my boss again. I was like, hey, boss, I'm not coming back. So that's how we got here.
Now, the biggest question is, did you still have a job to go back to?
Yes. So in addition to being so grateful for John Dickson, we have to be grateful for Judge John York. I worked for a federal judge for a couple of years. That's what got me to Jackson. And he, again, God's hand, right? Like miracle of miracles. I walk into his chambers this first time and he's got like Rolling Stones posters and like a Gretsch guitar on the wall and I think a Fender B-Bender up there too. So like huge music lover. So when I told him that, I was like, oh, like I'm trying to put together a band and make an album. He's like, what do you need? And like, so he was all about it. So
very cool. Okay, so there's already so much to unpack in what you just said, but I'm going to ask you if you would play the song for us that impressed John Dickson. Will you play that song for us? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Do y'all want to hear the intro that also I think kind of
absolutely
hooked him in? So my mother came down to Jackson a couple of Christmases ago, and she loves a gin and tonic. Okay. And she had maybe 5 too many. And we were snowed in and it was like super icy. We didn't have running water because y'all have bought flipped houses before that like weren't flipped well, right? So all my pipes froze. So we're sitting around a little smelly, a little drunk, playing backgammon. And she starts telling me all of these like old family stories. And some of them were pretty wild. I was like, how have I never heard these before? And she said this one line, and I pulled out my phone and I wrote it down. And then Mason came over a couple weeks later, and I had started kind of writing the verses to it. And we finished it up, and it became the title track off of our album. It's called The Matriarch. And so the trick here is, like, if you come up to me after the show and you guess the one line in this song that's true, I will buy you a beer, okay? But it has to be the first person to get it right, so no cheating, okay? And you only get one guess, all right? Deal? Sound good? Who wants a free beer tonight? There will be a quiz after this song is what I'm saying. All right. You ready? I got the call today, the matriarch had passed away, 99 years and now she's gone. Drive up to the hollers, daddy thinks she hit $1 million, and he's just praying it ain't gone. Pull up and the neighbor said she's gonna meet her maker, and we both know he ain't talking about God, 'cause that woman sold her soul to the devil. Granny's body ain't cold yet, but somebody went and stole that diamond from around her neck. It's gone. I guess she told Uncle Bill where she went and hit the wheel, pulled up the floorboard and it's gone. And my second cousin said she's gonna meet her maker, and we both know he ain't talking about God, 'cause that woman sold her soul to the devil. Go to put her did and all that Granny sold. She and me, we fell from the same tree, and when night falls, I know where I'll be. Down at the crossroads, she said I'd meet our maker, and we both know she ain't talking about God. Hey, well, that woman sold our souls to the devil. I got the call today, Matriarch had passed away, 99 years and now she's gone, she's gone, she's gone, she's gone.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Okay, all right. I'm seeing what he was seeing. So when we're talking about the Matriarch, tell us about the song "Never Loved You" that you included on that project.
Yeah. So when I called my parents to let them know, we're now the third song, and Mason has a rule for us that I have to wait till the third song to tell people I'm divorced. So hi, my name is Hope. If anyone else is happily divorced, me too. So I called my parents to let them know that my ex-husband was moving out, and I called my dad first because he's a very kind, tender-hearted man. He was very sweet on the phone. He was like, "I'll pack a bag, I'm on my way." And then he's like, "You're gonna have to call your mom, you know that, right?" And I was like, "Do I have to?" Because she's a stalwart woman with a lot of opinions. I wonder where I get it from. Anyway, so I called her when she got off of work, and I'm sure my father had mentioned what was going on. So "Hey, Mom, he's moving out." And the first thing she does is she yells across the house to my dad, and she says, "John, what did I tell you? I gave it 3 years." Which, like, is annoying because A, she's right, like why our mother's always right. And then it's also annoying because she was correct, like down to the week. It had been 3 years. Also, I want to know how much money she had like put down on it, you know? Anyway, I never had the courage to ask. But then the next thing she said was, "You never should have loved that boy." So that phrase kind of had hung around in my head for a while. And then there was this songwriting competition that I stupidly decided to enter. Having someone judge your music is like rough. But I either came in third or fifth, depending on how you count the three-way tie for second. So I don't know how y'all do math. But yeah, so this song I wrote I wasn't happy with anything I had for this contest. So I was like, well, it's time to write on this idea of "Never Loved You." So it's a little bit of a bluesy number. I'm ready. You ready? I pay the devil to unlearn the blues, and I'd break my heart to never know you, and I'd beg my Savior to come set me free, and I'd beg my Father to never make me. Sad, sad song that I'm singing tonight. A sad, sad song that don't nothing feel right. Oh, I should have never loved you. Yeah, I should have never loved you. Well, I pay the devil to unlearn your name, and I'd break my heart to never love again, and I'd ask my Savior to come wash me clean, and I'd beg my
introduce this crew that you got
for
with you
sure.
tonight?
Yeah. So these are the band boys. This is Mason. He's our most talented 45-year-old out of Jackson. And back here we got Jake Davis. He's the father of my goddaughter. He's playing cajon for us. That means he asked me to be his child's godmother with it. I think it's really cool. So, yeah.
Sweet. And we might get to meet somebody else here in a little bit.
We've got above average Joe Kyle sitting backstage. He's going to come out and play for us here in a little bit, I think, yeah.
Above average.
Well, he keeps introducing himself as Joe Kyle, as in below average Joe. And I say, don't talk about my friend that way. So I've told him now that I'm going to start introducing him as above average Joe.
Well, there you go. All right. Everybody needs a friend like Hope. Yes. How can you help me? I need to upgrade my self-esteem. Let's think of something. No. Okay. So I want to go like all the way back. Okay. To where do you come from? Where were you born? Where did you grow up?
I was born in Norman, Oklahoma.
Okay.
And then we moved. Okies. Let's do it.
Yep.
Norman, Oklahoma, and then Texarkana, Texas, and then Central Illinois, Rochester, just kind of southeast of Springfield. And then I joined the Army at 18, so that took me to New York, then Alabama, then Clarksville, Tennessee, then North Carolina. And then I got out of the Army, went to law school in North Carolina, finished law school, and then went to Jackson, Tennessee. So, yeah.
Okay. It's like, did y'all ever watch Forrest Gump and all the different things that he went through in his life? I have a feeling we're embarking on that journey. Okay, so there's a lot to unpack in what you just said. Okay. So let me go. I want to go back to, like, when did you first start singing and kind of fall in love with singing?
I mean, always. My grandmother, MacGregor, would tell all of her blue-haired ladies at the grocery store that I could sing the sound of music before I could speak a full sentence. So I was always singing. And then as girls in high school do, I wanted to impress a boy named Tony. So I thought I ought to learn how to play banjo.
That's an interesting choice.
Oh, and it didn't work. So, I was always writing, and we had like a very bad little bluegrass band, and we'd play around in the cornfields, and then I really wanted to drop out of high school. Tony was a year ahead of me. I wanted to drop out of high school and go to Nashville with him, and my parents laughed in my face and said, absolutely not. And so then it was the summer before my senior year, and my mother had been collecting all these college brochures. And no offense to the cowpoke in here, but my plan then was like, well, if you're going to make me go to college, I'm just going to go to OSU, Oklahoma State, and play in all the bars. My dad went there, my granddaddy went there, so I just thought, like, who cares about college? Like, music is the thing, right? Yep. And my mom, forgive Kate, she's like, you can go to a better school than OSU. And so she'd been collecting all these college brochures. That's a controversial clap right there, isn't it? And for whatever reason, the one on top said West Point, and we got in this argument. She's like, if you're going to go all the way to Oklahoma, you might as well go to West Point. And I said, fine, I will. And then I did. So, to spite my mother.
There you go. I think we're going to have a family intervention therapy session here. Did your mom ask for co-writing credit on Never Loved You after, the I Told You So?
No, she didn't. But my poor father keeps trying to give me songwriting ideas, and I keep having to tell him, John, leave it to the songwriter to come up with the, all right,
That's funny. Okay, pick another one off of Matriarch you want to play before we're going to have to unpack the so I'm just going to West Point thing, but play us another song first.
Let's do Make It Sweet, Boys. So this one, I have to tell y'all, there are soulmates in life, right? Like romantic ones, but then there are friend soulmates. I have a few of those. One of them is Jessica Platt. When I moved to Jackson, she was just down the road from me, and met her and her family and her 2 kids, and just wonderful, great people. She's the children's director at our United Methodist Church in town. And April of 2023, I was in a co-write in Nashville, and I got a phone call from our pastor. Her husband, Rob, had died that night from a heart attack. And so, really tragic. He was a high school English teacher, father to 2, and the biggest music lover you'd ever meet. So when students would come into his classroom with a problem, the prescription he would give them would be a song. And I mean, had all of the T-shirts, any band T-shirt you could ever want. Rob Platt had one, and so I was fortunate enough to be asked to play at his funeral, and that was a huge, huge honor. And when I came home from the funeral, Rob sent me this song from the heavens, at least the chorus part of it, and then I spent the next couple of weeks asking him, like, what do you want me to say in the verses, Rob? Like, what message do you have besides what this chorus says? Yeah, so we finished putting it together and obviously recorded it for the first album. So this next one is called Make It Sweet, and it's for Rob.
One of those make you think and make you feel good, make you want to be a better person song.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so you won't let me go to Nashville, so I'm going to go fly helicopters.
That's correct.
That's what you did.
Well, West Point was the intervening period between helicopters. What got me into helicopters was my older brother. It came time to pick your branch in the Army, so anything you want to do in the Army, you can go be a doctor, you can be a pilot, you can be infantry, you can ride tanks. And I was high enough in my class, I knew whatever I put first in my list of preferences I would get. And I called my brother and I said, I'm kind of stuck between helicopters, like aviation, and military intelligence. And he said, if they're going to pay you to go fly helicopters and you don't go do that, you're a bigger dumbass than I thought you were. And so I was like, well, roger that. And so helicopters it was.
Sounds like you've got a real supportive family.
They speak the honest truth.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so, and how long did you spend flying helicopters?
Yeah, so I flew the OH-58D Kiowa Warrior. So I graduated flight school October of 2012, and then the Army, in its not so infinite wisdom, retired that airframe. So my last flight was in 2015. So I got to go through flight school, get to my unit, do a deployment, come home, and then we retired the aircraft. So then I spent another 4 years just flying a disc.
And where were you deployed?
Bagram, Afghanistan.
Okay.
So RC East.
Thank you for your service.
Hey, thanks for paying taxes.
Yeah. Okay. So, can't go to Nashville, West Point, fly helicopters, serve our country. How did you wind up back in writing rooms in Nashville, Tennessee? Like, explain that.
Divorce.
Okay. All right. Elaborate.
Yeah, so I got married and married a musician. Although I don't know, do we count a flautist as a musician? Not here, we don't. Not him. Anyway, and we tried to do music together, and it just never worked, and it always ended in a fight. And so throughout the 3 years that I was married and lived with him, just stopped playing music completely, right? Like hadn't hummed a tune in years. And so when my dad came out to North Carolina to help me pack up some of his stuff, he found one of these old guilds, I don't know which one of those, in a closet, and he asked me, baby, how long has it been since you played? And I said, Dad, I don't think I've sang in 2 years, much less strummed a six string. And he said, well, I think you ought to start. And so that's kind of what got me to open the case again, and then the writing definitely became like a real form of prayer and therapy to get through that rough time.
Yeah. So like what year would that have been that you got that guitar back out?
Yeah, so that would have been August 2020.
Okay.
Yep.
And were you already, had you in your prior life, had you already been writing songs, or is this something that you really just picked up then?
Yeah, so I mean, I always did music, no matter where I was. Like, I would join a church choir or whatever. When I was in Afghanistan, I was actually telling someone the other day that there was a small, like, plywood chapel, and I did a Sunday night service with a chaplain there, and I did the music for it, and I would play Pat Green, Wave on Wave.
Awesome.
If you change the she to he, it's about God, you know?
Did you tell Pat that?
I haven't told him that. I haven't gotten to meet him
You
yet,
need to tell him. He would appreciate that.
But yeah, so I was always kind of doing music back and forth, but never really seriously invested in it until then. So
Okay, all right. Well, we're going to talk more about that, but I want to ask you about another song on the Matriarch, For Now.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about that one and play that one.
Yeah. So one of the great benefits of being a veteran is you get a VA home loan, 0% down. Woo! So at a very young age, I was able to buy a house. Way too young to have business doing that. And I'm not the greatest with my money, so I had a budget. And as I'm looking at all these houses, I keep wanting to add like $25,000 to my budget because I want the bigger kitchen, the bigger yard, whatever, right? And so my parents were looking at some of these houses with me, and my mom said, honey, you're not going to get your dream home on the first go, right? You got to get something that's good enough for now. And that would have been in 2014, 2015. And so that phrase for many years was in my head, like, we just got to get something that's good enough for now. Like, someday we'll get the best. And I moved to Jackson. I found myself in this incredible group of musicians, an incredibly supportive town with great friends and who are becoming like family. And yet I'm still going to bed with a dog, you know, which Lucy's was great. But there's still kind of that gap, you know? And so for me, like, songwriting is very much a form of prayer. And so this one definitely started out as like an exasperated, like, I'm trying to find gratitude in this, God. You know, like, I'm trying really, even though I want the best, I'm trying to find gratitude in what's good enough for now. So yeah, that's this song. One moment.
Are y'all doing okay out there? Everybody good? All right.
Also, just, I have to do the disclaimer because I am, I keep saying this to people, and I haven't done it yet, but tonight might be the night. I did, so there's a line in here about a damn good old dog, and Lucy was my yellow Labrador that I had for 12 years. And I had to put her down December 23rd. And so if we all get a little emotional about the dog, it's okay. But yeah, so. It ain't too bad alive. It's beautiful most of the time. I got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and a new 4-wheel drive. It ain't too bad a town. It's easy to get around. I got some good friends and a good job, and new roots in the ground. But if I'm being honest, like I tend to be, this ain't what I wanted by the time I turned 33. And I'm tired of saying it, but I'll say it again. This ain't what I wanted, but it'll do for now. It'll do for now. It's a good family tree with branches that hold me. I got 2 folks, 1 brother, and a new baby niece. She's a damn good old dog. Without her, life is all wrong. 12 years, 6 houses by my side all alone. But if I'm being honest, like I tend to be, this ain't what I wanted by the time I turned 33. And I'm tired of saying it, but I'll say it again. This ain't what I wanted, but it'll do for now. It'll do for now. If I could will a dream right into existence, oh Lord knows that I would in an instant. Like a good-hearted man, to hold on my hand. Who wants a few kids and a warm home on a big piece of land? It ain't too bad life. It's beautiful most of the time. It'll do for now.
Yeah, that's an important song.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So where do you live now? Jackson?
Still in Jackson.
Okay,
Yeah,
you're in
yeah.
Jackson. And how often are you spending time writing in Nashville?
I had a goal this year of getting there 1 weekend a month for 3 or 4 days a month. But because my dog was sick, I found myself not wanting to go to Nashville too often.
Yeah.
I didn't quite make that this year. But 2025 is going to be the year we're there. At least once a month writing.
Do you have any like preferred co-writers that you're writing with when you go to town, or how are you setting up rights?
Yeah.
Do you have a publishing deal? What's going on?
No publishing deal
Okay.
yet. No, there's a group, Nashville Songwriting Association. So I met some people through that. And then there's also this really incredible organization called Creative Vets. If y'all haven't heard of them, they're a nonprofit, and they take veterans and they bring them to Nashville, and they pair them with these big top 40 songwriters from Nashville, and they write songs about their experience as veterans, and it's a form of music therapy, and they have all these art therapy programs as well. And so through working with Creative Vets, I met a handful of other songwriters, but I mean, Nashville, you can throw a penny and find a songwriter, right? Yeah. But Jackson, if y'all don't know anything about Jackson, Tennessee, it's the home of rockabilly. So Carl Perkins is from there, and Johnny Cash and the Beatles and Elvis all came through Jackson back in the day. And so we actually have a huge community of songwriters in Jackson as well. I mean, Joe Kyle and Mason have both written songs that are on the first record and will be on the second. And I mean, if you're looking for a good home for songwriting, Jackson's got a hell of a group. So
wow, very cool, very cool. Okay, so when you described your music in the beginning, you described it as kind of a blend that included some Red Dirt, and you grew up listening to some Texas music, but on kind of the more soul and R&B side, I mean, you can hear it in your voice and the rhythms that you compose songs in. Pick one of your favorite that you would consider kind of, if this is the Red Dirt end of the spectrum, this is the other end of the spectrum.
You boys want to do Sloppy Seconds?
I like that already.
Oh, yeah. Okay, can we do 2 that would hit that end?
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
yeah, come on.
We're going to bring Joe Kyle out, y'all. He's shy, so give him a round of applause.
Yeah. This is the way above average.
Way above average Joe. He's our producer. He's a songwriter. So we're going to pass the guitar to him because y'all don't want to hear me try and play this stuff. So this first one is called Sloppy Seconds. One of the more interesting parts about being a woman in the military is dealing with some of the Army wives not wanting you to deploy with their husbands, which is perfectly understandable. But that sounds more like a husband problem than a me problem, if you know what I mean. And boy, the Facebook groups. Wow. So this song is kind of inspired by that. It's called Sloppy Seconds. You need to pick. There we go. Look, sharing is caring. Look at that. Mason's prepared. He's got a pickpocket. Oh, man. Okay, let's go. There we go. I got a beer and a bone to pick. You got a problem, but honey, I ain't it. I got a hitch in my giddy up, 'cause you can't keep your big mouth shut. You've been you're running my name across town. You've been gunning to bring me down. Well, let me say this just one time. Your old man has never crossed my mind. What do you see when you sleep with him? All I know when I look at him is I see your beer gut, broke ass, deep dead, no class. Girl, I know that you might feel threatened, but I ain't taking your sloppy seconds. Hey, I've been single for a hot dang minute, but your boyfriend, no, he still can't get it. Now I ain't saying that you're batshit crazy. If you got another woman, I ain't that baby. You've been you're running my name across town. You've been gunning to bring me down. And let me say this just one time. Your old man has never crossed my mind. What do you see when you sleep with listen up now. I'd rather be alone forever than share a home with your home wrecker. Yeah, I'd rather be alone forever than share a home with your home wrecker. Let me say this just one time. Your old man has never crossed my mind. What do you see when you sleep with him? And all I know when I look at him is I see a big gut, broke ass, deep dead, no class. Girl, I know that you might feel threatened, but I ain't taking sloppy seconds. Hey.
Yeah. Take that.
My mom hates that song.
Oh, man. I don't know where to go after that one. No, y'all can play us another one. Man, what a great job over there, guys. You are way above average. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
All right, so this next one we'll do is Hey Buddy. So that one's brand new and it's going to be on our second album. So be on the lookout for that. We don't have a title yet or a release day, so it'll be here at some point. Yeah, this next one's called Hey Buddy. So we just talked to the ladies of the universe. We're going to talk to the men. Now, boys, some of your brothers, you gotta reel them in, okay? Like all the men here I know are good dudes, but some of your boys out there, whew, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So this next one's called Hey Buddy. We love dogs, so we just had to do a dog reference song. Yeah, here we go.
1, 2, 3.
I admire your persistence, and some days I don't mind the attention, but I gotta tell you something on my mind. This is looking like a waste of time. Hey buddy, you're barking up the wrong tree. You don't come begging at the feet of a woman like me. If you've got a problem, go find a solution. If you've got an barking up the wrong tree. You don't come begging at the feet of a woman like me. If you've got a problem, go find a solution. If you've got an issue, baby, I don't need 'em. I grow tall and strong and my roots run deep. I know who should be howling at me. Hey, buddy, you're barking up the wrong tree. Ooh, hey. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. You cry all the time. Hey, I say you wait. I say you wait. I say you wait. Hey, nothing but a hound dog. Hey.
Come on. Woo, yeah. Man, you got you a smoking little band right here.
Yeah, tell me about it.
That is awesome.
This is one of those when everyone's like, you got to go to Nashville. It's like, do it? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So what's next? I mean, you're going to leave Music Fest, or do y'all play a lot of gigs around Tennessee? Like, where can we come see you outside of Music Fest? And then, is this new music maybe 2025?
It's definitely 2025.
Okay.
Yeah, so we do play shows. We need to play more shows. So if you've got a hometown you want us to come visit, you just DM me or email me. We'll come on out. We're actually coming down to Texas in April, so we'll be in Dripping Springs and I think Austin. So be on the lookout. If you want to sign up for the email distro that I do a terrible job of managing, go to my website and sign up. I promise I will email you maybe once a quarter. But yeah, we've got all of our gigs on there on the website, so it's hopemcgregormusic.com. Yeah, we actually released a single at 12:01 this morning. So if you want to go stream that, it's brand new music. It's called Annabelle Frost. Go look that up. It's a banger. We're not going to play it tonight. I'm going to pull a Paul Thorn and tell them to go stream it.
Go stream it.
So there you go.
Or would you rather her play it right now? I'm kidding. We're not going to make her do that. Okay. So, no, that's great. Congratulations on the release. And have you played in Texas before? Have you done a run of shows in Texas?
We did a run in this last August.
Okay.
So we came down and played at Seven Oaks and then Nature's Brewing, and then we were up in Wichita Falls at Iron Horse Pub. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I know for a fact that there's people here at Music Fest that do house concerts and all that kind of stuff. So if there's any of my fellow Texans out there, let's help her out.
Yeah.
Let's get her down to Texas and go see her when she's down there. Give her a place to stay. They might need a couch to sleep on. You never know. So let's help take care of them. Well, I'm glad that you found Music Fest or Music Fest found you, whichever way we want to look at it. Let's try to get 3 more songs in before we have to finish.
Yeah.
So you pick where you want to take us.
Okay, can we swap guitars real quick?
You sure can.
Okay, awesome. We're going to do this next one called Made It Through.
Perfect. Oh, and you know what? Before you do that one, I just got a text from our producer of the show, and I've not had you do a liner yet. I need you to do a liner to kick off the radio show, because if I don't do it, I'll forget. And then we'll have to use AI to like mimic your voice, and it just won't go well.
We don't want that.
All right, so I need you to say, this is Hope MacGregor, and this is Real Life Real Music. And then I need you guys to go nuts, okay? For about 4 minutes, and then I'm going to cut. No, I'm just kidding. It won't be that long. I'll cut you off.
All right. I'm Hope MacGregor, and this is Real Life, Real Music.
Did I get enough? Perfect. Y'all are great. He says, 3-time Emmy Award winning Michael Rasmondi says, we're good. Thanks, Ras. All right. So, what are you playing for us?
We're going to play Made It Through.
Okay.
are there any? I know there are. There are other veterans in the crowd. Would y'all please give a round of applause to our veterans here at Music Fest? Yeah, so this we're gonna bring it down a little bit in mood, but we'll bring it back up. Don't worry. This next one is called "Made It Through," and it's I was in my last semester of law school when Afghanistan fell, and you know, I was like a decade older than most of the people I was in school with, and their experience of the war on terror was very different, obviously, from mine, and so having to like navigate kind of their reactions to all of it was hard, and then also navigating the sacrifice that was made, and yet we lost, right? Like that, there's just a lot of anger that I still have about it, and I'm sure that there are other folks who maybe feel similarly, and so I came home from that class and started writing this song called "Made It Through," and it was really born out of like just kind of those pictures of Saigon matched with Kabul, and just thinking through like all of the times we've done this and not done it well, and God dang it, can we not learn our freaking lesson? So this one's called "Made It Through," and it's a little bit about like the pain of making it and knowing those who didn't. So yeah, here we go.
Yeah. Have y'all had a good time tonight? All right. I just got the text. We've got one more.
One more?
Yeah, we got one more. Y'all be on the lookout for this episode when it comes out. You'll be able to watch the whole thing in video podcast form, listen to the edited broadcast on our syndicated radio stations. You can find information about all that at realliferealmusic.com is where you can find it. Hope you'll go check it out. And let's all... Let's support Hope when she shows up in our hometowns or near them. 60-mile radius. But get your ass in the truck and go see her. 100-mile.
Can we swap guitars again?
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect. Okay, and while you're getting repositioned, I just want to say thank you for being here. And here's the deal. The thing about writing songs and, trying to get stuff out of your head and your heart in a format that people can hear it, and then being brave enough to come out of your bedroom where you wrote it and play it in front of people and lay yourself out there, from the bottom of my heart, because the other thing is all the things you live that are in the songs that you write. So thank you for what it took for you to get here.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. And thank you all for coming out. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate you being here.
Well, you have the impossible task of choosing what to leave us with this evening. So.
Oh, I don't think it's impossible. Who was here last year and heard the song Nashville Pretty? Okay, so you might have to cut this one. I don't know if titties are acceptable.
No, I'm not going to say it. I almost said it. I'd stop myself because my wife will be watching.
So this one, I lived in Clarksville, Tennessee for a while, and me and my knucklehead girlfriends would drive into Nashville to party, and we'd be coming from like these field training exercises, like covered in bruises and like hairy legs, and we'd see these Nashville Barbies. Y'all know what Nashville Barbie looks like, right? She's tall, she's blonde, she's got pink boots, and tig old bitties. And we would always feel like a little bad about ourselves. And fun fact, terrible pickup line to tell a man in a bar that you're an Army helicopter pilot does not work. Delta airline attendant? Them girls got game. Anyway, so I never felt great about myself when I left Nashville. And I moved away and I came back and in my 30s went back into town to see a show. And gosh darn it, y'all, Nashville Barbie, she got taller. She got blonder. And them titties, through the miracle of modern science, got bigger. But I had to laugh because in my 30s, I definitely felt like a lot more confident in what I bring to the table, and was so unconcerned with those pink daggum cowgirl boots. So I came home and I wrote this song called Nashville Pretty. It's very stupid, I know that, but it's probably the most fun song we have. And if you know the line, then you'll catch on quick. We welcome you to sing along with us. And we'll never release it. We'll only ever play it live. So here you go.
City, 'cause mama said I could sing real pretty.
Y'all give it up for Mason over there on the lead guitar.
When I look around this town at all the other girls, well, good Lord knows they ain't like me in their rhinestones and pearls. Sing it with me. I ain't Nashville pretty. I ain't got blonde hair or big titties, and I ain't gonna put them pink boots on. My Wrangler's coming to double-digit size, and I got enough thigh to save a life. Look out, y'all, I'm headed to Oklahoma. Look out, y'all, I'm headed to Oklahoma.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Hope MacGregor.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. Great show. Great show. Thank you guys for being here and hanging out with us this week. Just a recap. Let's see. Monday, which seems like a lifetime ago, was it Tuesday? We had. Who was our first guest? Who was the first guest? I can't remember. Randall King. That was a great show. And then we had Kat Hasty and then Paul Thorn last night. And we've just finished off with Hope MacGregor. What an amazing lineup for Real Life, Real Music for 2025. Thanks for having us, Dickson Productions, all the sponsors here in the room. Thank you guys for being here tonight. And we'll see you again next year. Great job.